Lorraine, kennel, down. The moment I start up, she gets active. There's something that really bothers me. And I keep seeing this symbol on, well, President Zelensky, the actor who's acting president in the regime that we put into power over there, which we had no business doing. And the symbol on the flags and the symbol on the units of the Khazarians. Well, it's the Khazarian symbol. The Ukrainians are using the old Khazarian symbol. This symbol is the same symbol they use for their god Moloch. So when we talk about the synagogue of Satan, it's actually quite true. Now I realize these are supposedly Jewish gentlemen. They're actually atheistic above all else. But there is a concerted effort to take the real Israel, which is the United States of America, down. And so they're lying about everything. There are no North Korean troops anywhere near the Ukraine. There's no North Korean troops anywhere near that side of Russia. They don't need them. They're not going to try to integrate in another system, another culture, other languages. No. That's a lie spread here, implanted through our CIA, through their Mockingbird program. And as far as our readiness to fight a war, no, we're not ready. We can't do it. We're low on inventory and a lot of munitions, and that's not going to change. So they are setting us up to get us nuked. That's what they want. We are the real target. You need to understand we're dealing with the synagogue of Satan, and the level of deception is astronomical. It is massively deceptive. Our government lies to us. They lie to themselves. And the sad thing is they believe their own lies. There's no reason for this war to go on in the Ukraine except to get the United States of America nuked. And that's what they want to do because they know Americans are waking up to the fact that we are illegally occupied by the synagogue of Satan. There's no other way to put it. And this thing going for the Ukraine is actually Bibi Netanyahu and his boys going for their real homelands. They're not Israelites. They're not descendants of Israelite stock. Bibi Netanyahu, can't remember his real name, his ancient homelands right there in Khazaria. And their New Jerusalem was going to be built in the Ukraine. I don't think that they're going to be able to do that. But I think at this particular point, Israel succeeds in getting the United States of America nuked, getting us destroyed. I think that's what their goal is. They have got all of their men in power and women in positions of power. And they've been doing their best to genocide us, to weaken us, to take us down for decades now. And people here will not wake up to the reality and to the truth. We are illegally occupied by a foreign power, and our enemies hate us. They want to destroy us. They knock Jesus Christ every chance they can. They say his name and then they spit right afterwards. They say horrible things about him. They've got horrible things written in their holy books. Their holy books that tell them what's okay to do against us, the Gentiles, and the Gentile children, and the Gentile women. They have horrible morality outlined in their book. It's horrible, and the stuff was not written down till after 400 AD. So stop telling me there's a damn Judeo-Christian heritage. There is not. It's a big con job. It's a big snow job. It's not being truthful. And right now, we don't have enough missiles to defend ourselves or do anything anywhere. And like clockwork, they're pressing forward. And they're going to force Putin to do a first nuclear strike on us. They're going to force Putin to do that. All they have to do is give Zelensky one of these stupid-ass missiles that can reach into Moscow, and Putin will do a first strike on us. They won't have much of another choice, and they'll take us out. And you have to remember, Bill Clinton set up the strategy, and it's never been changed. And that strategy that he changed to was, we're not going to launch on warning anymore. Okay, so the mutual assured destruction was gone. As a matter of fact, our policy is that we will take that hit and we will wait till the next day. Then we will assess the damages, and then we will decide how to respond. It's a suicidal strategy, and you can thank Bill Clinton for doing that. One of the stupidest things we ever did was elect him, but don't get me wrong, Bush was no good president. Neither Bush was any good. I don't think there's been a good president during my life. Jack Kennedy had serious problems. And Eisenhower was the one that oversaw our concentration camps in the Rhineland Meadows. Yes, we had the concentration camps in Germany. And we killed at least 1.5 million of their troops after the war was over, which was nothing less than sheer murder and genocide. And the generals and the people that were in charge of our staff were also members of the tribe, just like the people running our country today. We need to show the ultimate of no tolerance. We need to kick out all the Israeli dual citizens out of the country. We need to strip them of everything, investigate every one of them. And we actually need to investigate every congressman and senator. They're all traitors. They've all been enriching themselves off the money that's been laundered in the Ukraine. More than half of that money's been coming back in the pockets of congressmen and senators. Don't you think it's time we return to the structure our founders gave us? Don't you think it's time we rip the guts out of this central federal government that is costing us so much, that's killing us, destroying us? Look at their policies. Requiring vaccines that have never been tested? Requiring vaccines that have caused so much death and destruction? Folks, the whole system is corrupt and screwed up. The only chance we have is to just knock the crap out of it and cut it. Cut the hell out of this central federal government. We need to take away the funding that goes to the ATF. There's no reason for it at all. We need to take away the funding that goes to the school system. They're producing an inferior product. We need to fire them all. We need to take away most of these branches of the government that have been created. FEMA is not doing us any good. They get in the way of honest citizens trying to help the fellow man. We don't need FEMA. Let's get rid of them. We don't need the Department of Homeland Security. They're the ones been doing the false flag incidents. They've been killing us left and right, trying to get gun control legislation passed, which is never going to happen. But we're still tied up in the courts with judges that won't do their job. I think it's time we fired some judges. This lifetime appointment stuff is not in the Constitution. It's a lie. That's all we live in is a bunch of lies. It's a lie. It's Israel lie. That's not Israel. Okay, I'm going to take this phone call. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.